Okay, Terry,
Hello.
thank you so much for meeting me today.
Thank you.
So, as you probably already know, today we will be meeting to discuss your performance review over the last year. I know you were previously working under a previous supervisor,
That's
retired now, so I'll be handling your performance review today. And so we will be discussing the last year. In the last past 4 quarters, you worked on 3 different projects, and so it's just mainly on that. We're evaluating a few areas of your work. Um, so first of all, Terry, I just want to get basically right back into it.
all right.
I know this is your second year in the graphic design department.
Mm-hmm.
You were working under, again, the retired supervisor. Um, you have completed quality work from the bosses you were working on these projects. They were really content. Um, there were some challenging projects. They stated you did very well. You were able to demonstrate high quality graphic design ideas, images, but there can be some room for improvement. The overall final product and the projects were really good, but they were problems in the text versions of the brochure projects. Uh, you should be you should work on these areas, as you know some of these very little details can cost the company a lot of money further down the line if if it's not caught on time.
Mm-hmm.
So again, just be sure to pay more attention your your work, but the overall work in this section is pretty good. Now, um, efficiency. You met the expectations of working efficiently to complete assigned projects on time, but
Great.
it should be noted that there was an assignment that was turned in late, but you always have the flexibility to change schedules or priorities for the team. But overall, you did meet those expectations as well as far as efficiency in completing your work. Now, moving on to communication, this is how well you listen to and respond to employees on the graphic design objectives.
Right.
So you met pretty much the communication standards you while working on the other teams. From what I hear from one of the other managers is that you were really easy to work with. You asked questions to keep the team on track, so which is very helpful. You were also very attentive in the meetings. Um, but the only thing you would be everything's right. The only thing we would need to improve on a little bit, I would say, is responding back to emails more attentively. Other than that, keep up the good work there in your communication skills. Um, Technical readiness. This is how well you can use the softwares, how well you've been adapting to the new softwares and learning them. So this is your second year. I know you're still working. They're very hard to learn all of them,
Right.
but um, you've mastered about more than half of them, and your overall design skills are great. They meet the expectations definitely for the company. The only thing that I would suggest is that you try to learn the software that Acme uses. That way we can really benefit and you can have no problem working on future projects.
All right.
Your adaptability or versatility is the extent into which the employee quickly gets up with speed with new assignments. Um, like I said, you were assigned 3 different very difficult projects this year, and you were able to adapt and perform well on all 3. You are very well rounded. You definitely meet those expectations for our company. Attention to detail. This is something we discussed previously on your work. The overall work is perfect, amazing, but attention to detail. Again, there was a few grammatical errors. They were caught on a few after you had turned in your project. So I know you are very good at your work, but we just need to slow down maybe a bit, maybe revise your work a few times before you
Hey,
turn it in, because we have discussed this in the past.
uh, I disagree with that because I actually take my time and I actually do my work. I mean, I revise over it, but I mean, I'll have more improvement on that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, um, I know like I said, you work very well.
Right.
Uh, you do probably look at them, but there's still some errors that have been known that you've made, and based on those, I know you're probably doing great work. I know you probably think of your time, but next time just take a breather, and I know you're doing a great job.
Of course.
And then, like I said, there was just a few grammatical errors, and then on the brochure too, which was kind of easy to fix, but just next time you gotta pay attention to that.
All right.
And then your responsibility and commitment, I can see it from the top of you. You're very responsive, and you're always willing to accept more assignments and jobs. I know that you are probably wanting to get more into the web design work, and so we'll definitely work on that.
All right.
But your responsibility and commitment to the 3 projects that you were assigned to were magnificent. And Terry is responsible member for the work that he does. Also, attendance. You had no unscheduled absences, and you were a team player, having flexible availability. Shout out for you. You exceed those expectations there for the company. And then initiative. This is whether you seek out something new, um, or proposes of things doing differently, and you have been learning a lot the second year. Um, you meet the expectations there. I know I got a very good feedback from a coworker saying that you really showed them the process of our company, or use your hospitality, made him feel very at home, very comfortable, and yeah, that's part of what we want to see here in the company. And then our adherence policy, which this is the way our company measures how you follow our policies, procedures, and work conduct rules. Also with safety rules and regulations. I have no complaints in this section, no comments. You're doing a good job
Thank you.
as far as adherence policy. And yeah, Terry, we just want to, overall, we're very happy with your work. Um, some of the accomplishments that you've been able to accomplish here within the last year is that you've been able to master some more software graphic products or programs. You've been helped in those very difficult, high quality projects. You made you met all the work schedule presented to them. Like I said, some areas you work on, pay attention to detail, work on replying to members on a timely manner for management. Also, just try to learn the graphic design program that we mainly use here, and sooner or later you'll get the mastery out of all those um, programs.
Absolutely.
Now, like I said, overall, you meet the expectations.